Good afternoon. It's just gone 2 p.m. Eastern Time or 7 p.m. here in the UK, and my trading day was done. In fact, I was done pretty much by 12 o'clock, just before 12, my last trade. I'll just go through that right now. So on my screen is the MES or the ES chart, it's the same one, and I'm looking at the 5-minute time frame. And today was a day all about patience. So in the pre-market video you may have heard me discussing that I'm watching 4300, or I got marked at 42.99.75 as a high risk rejection, and the signs were there. I didn't take it, but I'll go through why it was a good trade. So first of all, we're in the pre-market. Let's zoom out a bit. So in the pre-market, and we were playing in between this range, where we all the way through the pre-market, and we had been for some time. And then I noticed as we was coming back up to this upper range, we had a hammer candle, which is called a hanging man, and that's a sign of weakness in an uptrend. And we can see it was on above average volume if you compare it to the previous candle. So I noticed 9:30, but we had a lot of volume come in on that candle. Excuse me. And then we had a topping tail candle or a shooting star candle. Again, that's on higher volume. See the volume going up. And then the next candle we had another shooting star candle, so these two shooting star candles both validate this hanging man candle. So that's the important thing. Hanging man candle on above average volume. We had, in fact, we look at the one before. That was above average volume if you compare it to the previous candle. Excuse me. So that's two hanging man candles. Go back to that one again. So in the pre-market we had average volume, and then this hanging man candle came in above average volume, followed by a second hanging man candle, which again was well above average volume, but it was the opening, so we can probably ignore that candle, the volume on that. And then we had these two topping tails or shooting star candles, and both of these were on increasing volume, as you can see, and that's showing there's a sign of weakness in the buyers and strength in the sellers, because they were increasing in volume, so something was about to happen. And then we had this low, this is interesting, we had a low volume, this volume candle here, a low volume wide range green bar, and if you compare that to the size of the previous candle, even though you've got a narrow range body and you've got a wide range body, and overall it's a similar size candle as well. And then came into the level, remember I said I was watching 4300, and we perfectly came into that level again. We touched it a few times in the pre-market, we spiked through it and rejected it, so that was the first sign that this level was holding, and we held it here on that candle. And then we had this big red candle come down, pushed down, came all the way back up again. So we started there, it came down, pulled back, and this would have been a good entry just there. So it would have pulled back into the 200 moving average, into the VWAP. All of the moving averages were close together as well, and we've just confirmed a level as well, 4300. But I didn't take it because, like I said, it's a high risk trade, and my game plan today was to trade a smaller size, because it's been a funny week and I wanted to get a higher probability trade. So if you took that trade, congratulations, it was a great trade, and look at it, ran all the way down, and that's a good move down of almost $40, pretty good. So coming into my trade now, so I had a area here, 42.60 was an area, and 42.50 was an area, and that's, you can see the slightly lighter green area below, that's another demand zone. So this is an area I was really waiting to get, and this is an area I was also waiting to get. I didn't want to take this bounce because it's too risky, and if you look, it came in, this candle touched it and pushed back up, so it would have been okay for a quick scalp, but you would have been going long into previous resistance or the pre-market lows. So that really wasn't in play. You could have taken the break and retested this level, because you can see it came up and came into that area perfectly. A break and retest of the pre-market lows is a good play. I do take them sometimes, but again, as I said today, it's a higher risk trade because we were right in between. You know, when the market opened, we were sitting here, and anything in this range is high risk, and we just want to see the market get a direction. But what I did take was this level 42, 60, 50. I had a limit order sitting down here at this level, and it came in initially, and just before that spike I got in. It's a little bit early, and I was in with one contract, and again it was in the green for a bit. I didn't take profit because I wanted to get in at my level 42.60, so it came back down. I got in on my limit order, which is great. So my average price was about here, 42.62 I think it was at the time, and again it went green for me. I didn't take profit because I was targeting the top of this zone. In fact, I wanted to see it break out 42. This area 42.70 was an area I wanted to see it break out from, and I want to get, my target was really going to be this area, but I was really going for the VPA or the pre-market lows. That was my real target. And you can see then it came up and it went against me, and it sat there for a bit, and I didn't like it, so my stop was literally below on the level 2. I was looking at the actual level 2, which is a ladder, but on level 2 I could see a big area congested buyers. This is not it, this is just live right now. And so I put my stop below that area because I thought if it's going to break through that area, it's going to keep going. And that's what happened. So I had 2 contracts by this point. So the one I got in there and the one I got in at the place I was waiting for. It came down and it spiked me out. My stop was about there, and it came and spiked me out. But what I did instantly, I saw it come in and instantly reject, and I saw the level 2 as well, so I got back in about there. So that brought my, even though I took a small stop there, my average was exactly 42, 62, 50. Look at that, exactly where we are now. No, it's actually 42, 62, 50. That level there, that's exactly where my average price was. And you can see it went really well, so I held on to it for a bit, and I got out on this point of control, and it was this area here. That's where I got out, and I made a mistake. So I had 3 contracts by this point because I added as well, so I took an add and broke back out. I forgot about that. And so I had 1 contract here to come out, and I went to adjust it. We were just there, and I thought, I don't want 1, I want to take 2 off because I didn't trust the market. And I accidentally hit 3 and it poked me out. But it's fine. So as soon as I poked out, I realised I got back in, and my price was about, when I got back in, my price was about there, I think it was. Yeah, that's exactly. In fact, by the time I got back in, I was back down here because I waited for a better price. So I got back in at 42.70, just a single contract at that point, and trying to work out where my trade was, because that's about right, and so my stop was below, below that 5-minute candle, and in fact my entry was there below. So initially it went in my direction, that's why, because I was green for a bit, and then my little boy goes to scouts, so I took them to scouts. I put an OCO order in for a sell there and a buy at the high of today, it's a speculative one, and as you can see it stopped me out. So it's a very small stop on 1 contract, and I took 3 contracts out literally at the high on that pivot. So overall, good day trading. Patience prevailed, and ability to get back in as well worked out. Had I been sitting here watching it and not away, I probably would have got back in about here as well on the break, on the retest of this level. And looking good. A few minutes ago I was really tempted to take the breakdown of that candle, and I sat on my computer and I thought, no, I won't. I'll do my end of day video and call it a day, because I was trading 14 accounts today. I use Apex Trading, and they offer funded futures accounts, and if you go down into the description, there's a link and a discount code. There's a sale on at the moment, 71% off, strange number, but 71% off of their eval accounts, and all you need to do is hit a threshold, pass your eval account, and they convert that into a paid account. And then but I've got 14 accounts I trade. Some are eval, some have been PA accounts, but I had a bit of a bad day last week and I blew one of my PAs, and not too pleased with that. But I'm back to eval accounts now, which is fine. I'm building them back up slowly. So if you look at that, that is a 55 to 65. That's a $10 move on the ES, and if you spread that over 14 eval accounts, that's mounts up. That's around about, to do a quick calculation, minus the stop as well. Bear in mind these are eval accounts at the moment. That's an $800 move, and easy move. I just needed to get $63 on each account, and that's all it was, just a $63 move up. And that's why I don't mind getting my outs, because having 14 accounts, that's equivalent of having 14 contracts, but I spread my risk out over 14 accounts. And you need small moves like this to get big gains. And so even though it will take me a long time to pass eval accounts, I'm doing small $60 a day, $100 a day. But eventually, once they all pass, because you need them to hit a threshold of $1,500 before you get it converted to a paid account. And maybe I should do a tutorial on Apex actually, how I create accounts, how I trade them. If you think that's a good idea, leave me a comment actually below. Leave the comment and I'll see what I can do. But the Apex accounts work really well for me. It's low risk as well. You don't risk any of your own money. And when you add the paid account, you're risking their money as well. And it's a great way of trading, and especially you want to learn trading. And you get to trade futures, so trade MES and NASDAQ, oil, gold, corn, what other ones have I been looking at? Natural gas, Bitcoin futures, crude oil, Dow Jones. There's plenty you can trade, and futures are very, very volatile, and they're very liquid as well, so you never have any issues with slippage at all. Just looking at this nice little range up. That's why I was quite tempted to take that, as it broke out through there, and look what it's doing. So spotting the trades is great, but having the mindset to not take the trade, because all these trades that I got into today, I could have made profit. That one there especially, this one here I did take, this one here I was just watching a few seconds ago. But I'm trying to have patience, and I'm trying to just limit the amount of trading I do a day. I'm trying to get down to maybe 1 or 2 trades max. And this is one of them. Look at that, another good pattern to look for. One of my favourites is this left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and I wasn't around to see that pattern, but you can see where the entry is. You've got this up candle, down candle, up candle, so that's totally engulfed the red. And if you look, there's probably a bit of volume on that as well, and a breakout. So you put your stop down here, you would have got in, you could have got out here, you wouldn't have been stopped out, and you could have got out on the double top. And if you missed that out, you got another opportunity to get out there as well. So, or if it holds below the VWAP, doesn't go above it, then you could have got out there as well. So just from looking at this, there's so many opportunities today, and it's a bit better day than it was yesterday. Right, thank you for watching. I will probably keep an eye on the market, even though I'm not trading. I still like to look at the level 2, and I like to just read the charts. So level 2, what I mean is by looking at this area here, which is a level 2 ladder, and I often compare it with Bookmap as well. So this is ES, and what I'm looking for example, at 42.87 area, it's easy to visualize on here. Looking for big buyers, so I would normally scroll down to see them, but we know they're sitting at 87 because I can see it on Bookmap. 87. No, we only got up to 83, so I haven't got enough. Hang on, yeah, no, 84 is what we're going up for. Can't quite see them on there yet, but eventually they'll fall into it. But you can see right now, they look at 42.60, 42.60. Got relatively, it's not that many really, but it stands out because it's more than normal. 42.60, 42.61, 245. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. 243, and that should match it here. 243. So you know the two match together. So if the market comes back down to this area, if we've got enough sellers, it will push right through, and you can tell that by watching these market orders. The red blobs are market orders. And what I like the most about level 2, and what I like the most about using Bookmap, is this level 2 is what you're seeing right now, and you've got the time and sales as well. So this is live orders coming through right now, and this is your live limit orders right now. But what you don't see is the historic limit orders. So here you can see we had loads of limit orders sitting here, and then the buyers came in, bought through it, and it rejected. And then we had more orders placed at this level, came through, and in the end they gave up. They obviously got rid of what they wanted to get rid of. And then you can see, you go back to see where there's previous levels. So I can now look at this and say, well, if there were sellers up here at 42.80, it's highly likely they might come back in at 42.80. So, and that's what I'm watching for. So if I see previous areas of buying and selling, I'll keep an eye on that. So you can see here we had this area down here at 42.55, 42.50. Well, in fact, it's a big area now. We've still got people sitting there waiting. So that's limit orders waiting for a potential bounce or waiting for a breakdown. But if there's a breakdown, I expect them to be closer to the action. Okay, well, that's it really. And it's, watch level 2 because it shows you exactly how the market's working. And obviously volume price analysis, watching it on a 5, 2, 1 or even a 30-second chart, you can get to learn volume price analysis quite quickly as well. Okay, well, thank you for watching. I'm going to now spend time with my kids, and I'm not going to do any trading. I'm just going to finish off my journaling for today. Okay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on Monday at 9 AM Eastern Time for the live levels. And again, you can see the levels what we picked up today live. Work to treat. All the levels today, look at that. So we talked about this level, beautiful bounce at 4,300. So that worked. That worked if you're in the pre-market, but you could have waited for it to come back to this level. Worked again, 42.82 on the dot almost. 42.60 area, that worked perfectly. You can see that this head and shoulders, the neckline, where there's more all of that was right on the dot, and we're coming back down to this area now. So all these levels work to treat today, and I don't think I've had a day where the levels don't work. Apart from we have trending days where it just sails through the levels, but these are days where you wait for confirmation, and that's what I did earlier today. When it came down to this level, I waited for confirmation. I think I was on the 2-minute chart, but it was a 2-minute chart, and I waited for a breakout, a change of colour to break the previous colour, and rather than just layer in. And again, the same when I added, I wait on the 2-minute chart, I waited for it, this is a 5-minute, I waited for it to break that level, and I got in there, and that just gives you a better way of getting into trades. If I was more confident in the market and it wasn't as choppy and look at it, doesn't need a direction, I would have just layered in and waited. And I did have a limit order in for this level today, which triggered me in, and I then just used my own skill and reading the volume and reading the charts to determine where the next levels are going to be. Like I said, there's a little stop out there, and I got straight back in again. No, stop out was down here actually. So you just got to trust your levels, and that's exactly what I do every day. If I doubt the levels, to be fair, today I probably doubted that level, and look what happened where doubt comes in. I thought it was a bit too risky, and at the end of the day, my level's my level, and it doesn't make sense to doubt it because they're either going to be right or wrong. And if you've got a level in place and it's a known area, which we've seen, it's going to be more, and we were in a downtrend on the hourly and the daily, so to go short here, it's higher probability, on hindsight easy says, than it is to go long against the trend down here. But still, sometimes I doubt my own levels, but the more I do these videos, the more I see how good they are, and the fact every single day the levels work, like you can see here, and the levels just seem to be great. And then if I'm watching these areas, thousands of other people are also watching these same areas, and that's why they work, because everybody's looking at similar levels and similar zones. And one last thing, remember, just because it's a line doesn't mean that's the area. This is the area I'm watching, this entire area. In this area here, I'm watching this area. This area up here, it's an area, not a zone. So on that note, I will leave you to it. Have a great weekend and see you on Monday. Thanks for watching.